I'm live. So, hi everybody. We are now on day 2 of Magic Word Finder for 2021. So, I don't know if you joined me yesterday, and we was talking about setting daily intentions. So yesterday's daily intentions for me was to go slow into that magic flow and reconnect with myself, reconnect with my family after the busy 8 weeks what I had up to Christmas. So that was my daily intention, and it worked. I did go really, really slow. So we're trying, I'm jotting down each day four words to get to my 2021 word, because I'm on this journey with you. I'm so excited that I will be joining you on this 5 days because I've not got my magic word yet. So I'm just looking up, I've put them on post-it notes up here. So the words what came out of yesterday when I was setting my intention was slow, magic flow, and connect. So today we're going to be talking about reflect. So we're going to be reflecting on 2020. And we need to do this process to get to our word for 2021. So I've got 5 questions what I want you to answer. So I want you to write these 5 questions down. And like I say, I'm joining you on the journey. So I'm going to share with you my answers to my questions, what I've done already this morning. And as I was saying yesterday, get yourself in that comfortable zone. This is my office. This is my place where I channel into my magic flow. I make my bracelets in here at the window with my hammer. I normally put a podcast on or some relaxing music. You cannot do these bracelets when you're in a rush or you really do have to get into that magic flow. And this is what I talk about. And also yesterday I was talking about magic isn't on the outside. The magic comes from within, and this is what I've learned over the 22 years of being an entertainer. Yes, I do magic. I've always done magic, but I was out running this morning and I thought I asked myself a question, because this is what these bracelets do. You start a conversation with others and yourself, and I was asking myself that question: do I really, really enjoy magic? Does it really, really make me feel happy? Because I've never actually took my magic skills to that next level. As Meals will tell you, I've always done the magic ball trick. I've not got the magic balls on me at the moment. That's why I'm doing this. But I'm even imagining that I have got a magic ball in my hand. But I can do it with absolutely anything. I can do it with Paula's Magic Believe bracelet. That was really bad because it's in that hand. But anyway. So I was asking myself that question, and you know what? I don't know if magic itself makes me feel happy. It's what it does. It's that connection and the expression on somebody else's face, what actually makes me feel happy. So magic does the real magic comes from within. You are the magic. That is it. Okay, you are the magic. So stop searching for that magic. But I was then thinking, like, magicians, great, they're so skilled and everything else, but I've never took my magic skills to that next level. And I kept thinking, why? And I kept thinking, well, do you know what? I actually really like just the simple of magic tricks, what get that expression from children and from adults. And then when I'm performing, the magic is when I see a parent smile at what has just happened on that stage. So that is the real magic. Okay. So yes, you are the magic. And then what these 5 questions, what I'm going to ask you today to answer, and you get a pen and write them down. I will go slow, but life is always teaching us lessons. It so is, but it's up to us to, I wrote this down today and I've posted it all over here, everywhere, and it's up to us to recognize them. Okay, so what we're going through at the moment, it is all a lesson, and we're learning this time round on this next lockdown. I actually feel more comfortable with it because we've been here before. Okay, so, and I'm going to be, you'll find out more actually when I answer these questions myself of how far we've come, and you should be proud of yourself. So My accomplishments in 2020. So what did you achieve in 2020? What did you think? Yeah, I absolutely nailed and smashed that. So that is your first question. Get your pad. This is my happy, lucky, magical notepad, what I write in each day. This is my, what I call my journal, and my friend, very special friend Lamise, bought me this for my 40th birthday. So I write everything down in here. So my accomplishments in 2020, have you wrote that down? And you don't necessarily need to answer them right now. I've done these this morning, and I did them the other day. So I've done them twice and come back to them, and I put them on little post-it notes. I have actually done them in here, but for you today, I've put them on post-it notes. So I'll share with you my accomplishments in 2020. Giggles on Wheels. Giggles on Wheels was born. I adapted my big clown show to doorstep entertainment, and that will grow. So I adapted. I showed up on my social media every single day to make sure that I stayed connected with parents, with children, with anybody out there who needed that extra real positivity. Yeah, there was a lot of realness in there. I actually put out there when I wasn't having a great day as well, and showing how we adapt and showing our resilience on there. So social media has been a big tool in all this, and showing up every day. And it's not just showing up on social media, it's showing up for yourself. You might not be on social media, you might not want to put your face on social media of how you're feeling, but it's showing up every morning, getting up, moving, meditating, going for a run. It's finding what you show up for in your day, if that makes sense. So showing up, that's what I accomplished. I smashed it for the whole of lockdown, whether it was going live, whether it was going just putting a story out there to you, whether it was a quote to make you smile. I showed up every single day on there. PR, never done PR in my life before. And wow, did I find it interesting, because I always convinced myself that I couldn't write or put pen to paper, but there's always a way. And I did it, found the time, because I thought, use this time. And yeah, I wrote about my Giggles on Wheels, did a full press release, and I got it in the papers and on the radio. There is one more goal what I didn't reach, but I will come back to that probably on another day when we get on to release and renew and create. And then morning routine consistency. That is one thing what at the beginning of the lockdown, I quite quickly thought, you know what, I have got a brilliant morning routine, and it went out of the window for like 5 days, 2 weeks maybe. And I thought, oof, do not like this one little bit. So I got straight back into my morning routine and kept it up the whole way through lockdown, still getting up at my usual time and doing the things what I would normally do when I was going out to work. That getting up and just staying in your pajamas all day, no. Excuse the bin men outside, you can now hear them rattling away, but it's real, it's authentic. Well, is it not? Well, it's real everyday life. The bin man comes and empties the bins. So my lessons I learned. Write this next question down. The lessons I learned were ... I'm liking this ... So my lessons I learned ... You can start answering them yourself now, or as the bottles all ching outside, or you can give yourself a little bit of time. So the lessons I learned from 2020 was not to panic. And that has actually really pulled off this morning, because that took me a long time to realize that you don't actually get very far when you're in that panic mode, when you're in that panic state of mind. You really do not get that far of accomplishing where you want to get. And that came back into play a little bit over Christmas as well, because a lot of the mornings I was in that panic mode, and I knew I was in that panic mode, and I had to keep taking a step back and a breather just to go and have a word with myself and go, Lucy, right, come on, just, you're in that panic mode, and you know that things are going to go wrong when you're in that panic mode. So that is one thing what I've learned from 2020 is to keep away from that panic state of mind, because it just, I know it sounds all fluffy and fairy, but it does push that good energy away. You've got to make room for that good energy. And I found my happy place. My happy place is knowing that I do really like my own space, and getting up at early in the morning to have that space for myself. And I've just been and done it now. The kids are a little bit older now, Ella's around, so I'm very lucky that I can just go and have that 30-40 minutes of my own space. And then you actually then get more out of your day, and you get more out of the relationship you've got with yourself and your children as well. So it is finding your little happy place, which mine is running and yoga. I love them both in different ways. Yeah, and then also what I also lessons, what I learned from 2020 is not everybody has the same view or the same take on 2020. And I've struggled with this one because sometimes I get myself in a bit of a wrangle and go, oh, like everybody should be more like this, or everybody should be more. And now I'm just like, I'm one thing, and this is the hardest thing, because everybody has got their own views on it. And it's just kind of trying to respect each and every view. And Laura actually sent a really, really good message out last night, actually, on how everybody's got different views. And if Laura wouldn't have actually, I only came up with this one this morning, Laura, and if you want to send that last night, I probably wouldn't have planted that seed. But it is one thing where I thought, you know what, we do need, and this is where you learn, isn't it? And I hold my hands up. I have been, I try not to put it out there too vocally, but in my own house, we have had really, really different of opinions between me and my husband as well. And you find that with your loved ones as well, that you are all have a different view on it, and a different, I don't know, what's the word, purpose on it, because or effect, because it doesn't always affect some people. Like my husband still goes to work and still leaves the house at the same time and still does the same job, whereas my work has completely stopped, and I've had to adapt. So I've enjoyed it now. I'm like looking, it's been hard, but I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, do you know what? I'm feeling really confident that now we've been here before and can do it again. So not that I want to do it again. I want to be out there performing and connecting. That is what I call the real magic. But it's amazing that we've still been able to do real magic, even though we're not actually face to face. So how have I grown in 2020? Write that down. How have I grown in 2020? I'm going to share with you mine. Yeah, networking. I didn't even know what networking was all about. I didn't even know what networking was. So yeah, I've been introduced to the networking world, and that was only through magic word bracelets. This is what I call magic. When I message people who inspire me. I messaged somebody last night, Paul Olden, who inspired me just by watching a couple of his videos, a few of his live videos on Facebook, and him talking about this space as well. And I was like, wow, yeah, that is what I'm trying to give myself, this space, and he's so true. So I just texted him and I asked him what's your word, and he come back with 5 words. And I thought, oh, do you know what? Shall I ask him which one he wants, or shall I ask him to choose? And if I was to choose any out of the 5 what he sent me, the one would have been show up. And then he texted me back and he went, could he have the top one? I was like, oh my word, that is the one what I was gonna send out there. So yeah, Sorry, a message came through at the same time then. So networking, I now get networking. I didn't write at the beginning. I've had to give myself 6 months on this networking malarkey. And now I really, really enjoy it. I've had a break for probably about 2 months from it. I'm not ready to go back into networking just this week because I've got certain things to do before I go back into networking, but I will be back networking next week. And how have I grown? I've grown my personal development. I've made sure that I've kept in a line with myself, and the way I've kept in a line with myself so then I can still keep on entertaining and making magic happen is knowing your purpose. And if you know what your purpose is, and this is another one that sounds all fluffy, but it really, really is true. And if you do know what your purpose is in life, in work, then you will be aligned, and then you're on that path of that much steadier and balanced path. So my purpose is getting excited now. My purpose is to bring joy, bring happiness in my mission to connect with people, and that is when real magic happens. So there we go. 2 more questions. No, 1 more question, and then we're done. That's your homework for today. We're done. And then I want you to write down what words come out of these 5 questions. So what am I grateful for in 2020? And it really is important to do this most days. I would say every morning, just even if it's one thing, but put a feeling behind it. Don't just write, I'm grateful for my family, which is always the top of my list, but put a feeling behind it. And this morning I did put a feeling behind why I was grateful for my family yesterday. And yeah, I was grateful for Stu because I'm proud that he's signed himself up for Intensive Fit, and he was showing real like passion and really getting into it. So I'm proud of that. So yeah. I'm grateful for the pause. I'm grateful for the pause, what 2020 gave me to do for myself and for my life and my business. I am grateful for that. I'm probably not grateful financially wise, but now looking at the bigger picture, I am really grateful for the pause it has given me in my life to reflect and realize how far I've come in my personal life, my family life, my business, yeah, it's just so nice to do. Yeah, I am grateful for time. I know, I love that word. Meals might want to share what time actually means. Time means time, but there is J. This is where my mind goes a little bit blank. There's a guy who's a monk, and I forgot his name. I'm sure it's Jay. I forgot his last name. And he explains time. Meditation is one, exercise is another. T&I. Jay Shetty, that's the one. Meals, can you explain what time means? I'll sip my brew while you let us all know. Let us know, Meals. Meals is the queen of magic word bracelets. Her first word was blossom. Jay Shetty, thanks there, Bex. Thank you very, very much. So another thing, what I am grateful for is my family and wonderful friends. I am so lucky, and we create our own luck. We put it out there. I think you put it out there to the universe, and you create all these beautiful people around you. And we are so lucky. I'm looking on Instagram of people, and it's friends on here. And hi Sarah, hi Bex, hi Meals, and it is just it's counting those blessings as well, isn't it? So yeah. That is what I am grateful for in 2020, is that it gave me and my life that pause. I'm grateful for our wonderful family and friends because sometimes you have just got to, as we're talking about today, reflect. So when I did this morning, which I want you to answer all them questions to get to this word by the end of the week. So I'm going to wrap it up now with the words what came out of me answering these questions. And pause. came out of it, which is probably, let me just reach up here for the ones what came out of yesterday. So the ones what came out of yesterday for me was slow, flow, and reconnect, or even just connect. I kind of quite like connect. I don't know. Mother knows. Mother knows. She does. Mother might be at work. And then the words what came out of today's for me is pause, which is very similar to slow, and purpose. I actually really love that one. If that has actually been in my brain to kind of keep connected, because I could keep connected with my purpose, and then that is when magic flow happens. But then I've also got to slow down and pause to get to that magic flow. Does this all make sense? This is how you start this conversation with yourself to get to your word show up, which is, I love that word show up, and I use it a lot. And just for Paul Alden to choose that last night, it just made me smile. So you need a word also what makes you smile and what is actually going to make you smile every day, as well as having a purpose or a meaning to it, and respect. And so, yeah, respect, show up, purpose, pause, slow, flow, and connect are my words what I've got at the moment. And we've got another 2 days of exercises of release. So we need to now, tomorrow we'll be talking about what we need to release for this year, and then we will have renew and create. So this is where we will be writing down our visualization of what you what you want out of this year. So putting all them with your intentions together by Friday, we'll have I'd like to say we'd have a drink and go, woohoo, we found our word. But black coffee is the most exciting thing in my diet at the moment. So there we go. Hope you all enjoyed that. And I've got to go and get stamping away, because I have got, why I'm in this magic flow, I've got a very, very special bracelet to make for a little girl whose birthday it is today. She's 6 years old, and I'm going to drop her off this little bracelet to cheer her up. And yeah, my girl, I think her mum was chosen for her. My girl, something like that. I don't know. I'm going to go and get my stamping corner right now. So have a great day. Thank you all for tuning in on YouTube. Toodles YouTube, and I'll be back tomorrow. There we go.